and Yitro heard. This is how this week's Parashat Yitro starts. Rashi states that Yitro possessed 7 distinct names. Among his many names, he was called Yeta. But why calling him this way? Because he added an additional section to the Torah, as there is indeed a Torah portion, an extra one, that is named after him, Parashat Yitro. What portion is this? The one that says, "You shall select from all the people men of ability." Here Yitro suggested to Moshe Rabbeinu to lead the people of Israel in a specific way. And the Hidushei Harim, the Admor of Gur, asks, this parasha does not begin with Yitro's advice, "You shall select men of ability." Rather, the parasha starts with Yitro meeting Moshe Rabbeinu, and says the verse, "And Moshe's father-in-law said to him, 'What you are doing is not good.'" This is where Rashi should have noted that he said, "What you are doing is not good." Why does Rashi skip this and immediately start with the extra portion Yitro, a seemingly superfluous portion named after him, which is "You shall select"? It began much earlier than that. Rather, let me tell you a story. There was once a student, an art student, who learned to paint as a master. He studied for a number of years, and when he completed his studies with distinction, he received a diploma certifying him as a master painter. Honing his craft, the student tried to find out what the public truly thought of his artwork. He painted a very intricate and elaborate piece of art. He then took a display stand to the entrance of a bustling mall, carefully positioned his painting upon this stand, and affixed a note just below it, which read, "I am a student who just received the distinguished title of Master Painter with highest honors. I was very eager to find out what are your thoughts on my work. Do you like this painting or not? Anyone who has a comment about something that needs fixing, please write it down here. There's a red pen right here. Please mark an X on whatever you think is incorrect. What is inaccurate? What displeases you? And then I will know what specifically to improve." The next day, with eager curiosity, he went to the mall to check people's feedback. And his jaw dropped. The entire painting was filled with red X's. He was so deeply affected. He ran to his lecturer, the one who taught him how to paint, and told him, "I'm a washout. I'm no good. I have a diploma, but people dislike my painting. Look at the negative comments I received. So many red X's, nobody likes it. Nothing seems accurate to them." So the lecturer told him, "Let me see the painting for a moment." So he took down the note, and the lecturer said, "Tell me, how long would it take to repaint this?" He tells him, 10 days. And the lecturer said, "Paint this exact same picture once again, then return to me." And the lecturer tells him, "Let me write a note with a different wording." And the lecturer then writes, "I am a student who has just completed my studies and received the title of Master Painter. I would like to hear your feedback about what isn't accurate. What don't you like about my painting? And if anyone has something to fix, please be so kind as to highlight to me so I can improve my painting. I've placed brushes and paints below the painting for your use and convenience. Please place this next to the display stand." And so he proceeded to put it in that very same mall. And then the next day, full of curiosity, he came to see what the people entering the mall and seeing the painting would write. Not a single person wrote any comment. He came back 3 days later. Nothing. Clean and tidy. The student was amazed. How could this be? I'm the same painter who painted this 10 days ago. There were so many comments. Same mall, same people. How can it be clean now, if before there were so many comments? He returned to his lecturer and asked him, "What did you do different than me? How can this be?" He replied to him, "Didn't you notice the wording when you wrote the first note? Tell me what's not good. Being not good means it'll be full of red X's. But when I change the wording for you, to you fix it, you improve it. To make it better means to ask for better suggestions. It's a different way of speaking. So remember, not everyone knows how to do that. But to moan and groan, to complain and point out flaws, everyone knows how to do that. Therefore, the Hidushei Harim makes this very point, stating that when Yitro told Moshe, "What you are doing is not good," he was essentially saying, anyone can say that. And that's not what makes the Torah portion of Yitro special, because when Yitro then began the next part, "You shall select from among all the people men of ability," he gave him the advice on how to fix the situation. Here begins the significant part of this parasha, because not everyone knows that. Shabbat Shalom.